A.
Piss take.
Production.
Welcome back to episode 27 of the Suzuki DRZ bike build. This episode will be about building the ultimate toolkit for carrying across the Simpson Desert. And I'm going to cannibalise a Kincrome toolkit, and this kit it's a 90-piece portable toolkit, and I'll have a list of all the sockets and spanners and everything I need out of this, and we'll go from there. Some of the items included in this 90-piece portable toolkit, apart from being metric and imperial, which is it's a good advantage depending on what bike you ride. Online I've seen dedicated toolkits for motorcycle riders, especially BMW. People have already nutted that out, but for Suzuki you can't find really many Jap bike toolkits. So the beauty of me working this out, you can just tag along and follow what I do and add it to your toolkit. So some of the items in here, you got screwdriver sets. I can't use these really because many of the bolts on Japanese bikes, they're not Phillips head, they're called JIS standard, Japanese industry standard, and specifically for my kit, I've already ordered some bits to be able to use to undo the screws. The great thing about this Kincrome tool set, it comes with a screwdriver, so instead of taking multiple screwdrivers, I can take one and just use swap the bits. So that's one advantage of slimming down a toolkit. The next item, we're going to need a ratchet, drive socket, and that's in that size. Next item, definitely going to need an extender piece to get to the bolts. For example, behind the radiator. We probably won't need the shorter size, we'll probably just stick with the longer size. The next item, which is compact and perfect, a hex toolkit, and their sizes range from 1.5, it goes 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 and 10 mil. Now these pliers, they're actually quite large for a set of pliers. I might look at using a smaller Kincrome set of pliers. Adjustable spanner, or in Americans, what do you call them, a shifter. That's the next item added to the toolkit. We will keep the Stanley knife. The question is, will I carry spare blades? Probably. Don't need the tape measure. Now, socket size for the front axle, front and rear axle, in a 15/16. Next item, okay, so brake caliper, and that will be, believe it or not, so for the brake caliper, that is a 12 mil for the front brake caliper. For your forks, that's 12 mil. I know for a fact 8 mil for the front fender, so that's 8 mil for the front fender. Outside this kit purchase, you will need to get a deep socket by itself. You have to get the deep socket 5/8 to remove your spark plug. A 1/2-inch socket will be used for the brake line if you need to tighten your brake line up the top of the handlebars. So instead of using these pliers, I'm going to slim down and use this version just to try save on weight. A small vice grip, and these are the Motion Pro JIS Japanese industry standard bits that I was talking about. So I've got two of each, different sizes. Size number 1, size number 2, and size number 3 from Motion Pro. 24mm fits the front and the back. 24mm socket for front and rear, or you can use 15/16 for the front and the rear, which fits a bit better on that nut. Before you go out and buy a tool roll that's designated just for one bike, the benefits of buying a 90-piece tool set, you can actually swap your components out between bikes. So if you get locked into a BMW, then that's all you're going to have is the sockets for BMW. By having this setup, yeah, it's just great. You can swap what you need after each bike that you use. So if you want to go take a dirt bike out, you've got the components for a dirt bike. Then if you want to go on an adventure touring bike with a completely different bike, then yeah, that's the great thing. You can swap it around and adjust your kit for each trip. So yeah, just be mindful you don't get caught in that trap where you go, yes, I've just bought this awesome tool roll for this specific bike, and then you're stuck with it. No. So here, that's the great thing about having a dual purpose set. I've made some notes for the DRZ with regards to spanners and wrenches. What I'll go with will be 8mm, 10mm, 12mm, 14mm, 17mm and 24. So we'll go through this. There's the 10 that'll go in the tool roll, 10, 12, 14, 17. So I don't have the 24mm, but I will rely on the socket and the shifter. I will add to the tool roll the Kincrome general bit set. That's just Phillips head bits and some screwdriver bits. You never know when you need that stuff. The next additions, zip ties and more zip ties. They're two different sizes. If you need to work on your bike at night, this is a solar powered light, and you can recharge that battery sitting on the top of your bike during the day while riding. So that's a great little device, and you can charge your phone from the USB port if you need to. So that's another little bonus tip. This is a Rigg gear tool roll, which I'm yet to fit out, and I already do have spare tyre levers. These are a Japanese version. There's a 32mm socket head and 12mm, and it comes with two inserts, and that can turn a 32mm into a 22mm like that, and that is the same with the 32 turning into a 27mm nut and socket, and that's actually been that's manufactured by RHK. So it's always worth having the extra tyre levers, even though I carry two on the front fender in the Ballard's tool bag. The extra two levers just helps, get the tyre off instead of just fighting with the two. And those two socket extender pieces, they sit in that little bag. And I also carry a pressure reading thing. So that's by XTM, and just to check your PSI. So when you air down your tyres, and then when you air back up, you can check. So must have, especially when you go on the dirt. Don't forget to add some Loctite to the kit as well. That concludes the video. I want to say thanks for watching. If there's anything missing, please let me know, but hopefully this is the start of the ultimate toolkit for the Simpson Desert Crossing. Thanks for watching.